Okay, welcome to the Craig Report. This week, round 5, Melbourne versus Brisbane Lions at the Gabba. But as usual, first up, the clip of the week is a bit of a look at Shannon Burns playing on ball. Okay, the clip of the week is Shannon Burns playing as a midfielder in the first quarter. It originates from a stoppage in our defensive action. Shannon receives a handball, receives the ball, gives a handball, receives the ball back, executes a really good kick, and then the thing that our viewers should watch is the way Shannon continually works really hard to receive the next ball on the opposite side of the ground as a midfielder. So we often talk about competition in our game, and most people think of defensive competition. This is a great clip to show what we would call offensive competition of a really hard-working, gut-running midfielder. So Shannon has spent some time in the midfield in the last couple of weeks and has looked really quite at ease in there. So hopefully we'll be able to see Shannon spend some more time in the midfield. Really good clip to look at. Okay, this week the question of the week comes from Twitter rather than Facebook, and it comes from a gentleman called James, but under the Twitter name here I've got is Regis, and it says, Neil Craig, do we let the players off the hook by always talking about development and youth, giving them too many excuses? It's a really good question, James. There's no doubt that the profile of our squad at the moment does involve a lot of development and education and teaching. Having said that, it's also important that we don't provide excuses for our playing group. They're in the early stages of learning about AFL football, and it's an uncompromising environment. And what we want all our players to have a feeling of is that we won't put any limits on what they can do. So no limitations, high expectations of where we want to go. But it's also a matter of getting a balancing act and all that. So what I can assure you is that guys like Matthew Jones, Dean Turlick, who's playing good football, both of those guys playing good football at the moment. Jack Viney's had a taste of AFL football. Jimmy Toumpas has had a taste of AFL football. Those types of players, whilst they're in the development mode, they have great expectations of what they want to do, so we need to make sure we keep pushing that. So you're right, no excuses about what we're doing. Good question, James. Okay, key learnings from the game up at the Gabba is that we were really pleased with the group, with the way they travelled. The fact that we're able to kick in the vicinity of 14 goals in a game where we were really poor defensively. So whilst we actually like some of our ball movement and our capacity to get inside 50 and convert those chances, what we need to generate more inside 50s, which gets back to the way we defend, to be able to turn the ball over. So we'll spend some time this week talking to the players about their defensive action, still wanting to keep that ball movement, which is part of our game plan as well. But we just need to tidy up on our defence so that we can help our 6 defenders out a lot better. So that was our key learnings from the weekend up in Gabba. Okay, that's the conclusion of the Craig Report. Obviously, round 6 we play Carlton at the MCG, which will be a very good test for our group. Carlton are in pretty good form and had a good win last week against the Adelaide Football Club. So we'll be concentrating on our ball movement, but also looking for a much stronger defensive action all over the ground, so we can just tighten that part of our game up. Look forward to seeing you round 6 against Carlton at the MCG. Make sure you get there.